You can go right ahead.
Well, I'm from Hagerstown, Maryland,
Okay.
and I went to Cedar Grove Mennonite Church.
Grew up here southeast of Buhler and went to Hebron Church. That's about 4.5 miles east of town. Well, I went to Akron, Pennsylvania. I went into voluntary service first, and I was there for a month at Akron for a school kind of, and then went to Brookline Farm, which is a mental hospital the first mental hospital that MCC sponsored, and I worked there then for 2 years.
That's when we met each other.
And that's where we met.
Yeah.
And then after I was there for 2 years, I got my 1W classification, and then in December of 52,
Yeah.
December 52, we went to La Junta, Colorado, work in the hospital there, and that's where I had my 1W, and had that for a little over a year, and then they counted my back time, so we left then. But so I don't know. We got married in 1952 at Brookline Farm.
That was in June, and then in December we went to La Junta, Colorado.
We went to Akron.
Yeah.
To Akron with for the 10,000 villages. We worked there for 3 months, and I don't know what year exactly that was. And then we came back and moved back here to Buhler in the meantime, and then I guess the next place I went was Mississippi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Went to Mississippi for cleanup with MDS, and then to well, we've been to so many places. Went to Indian Reservation
In Arizona.
and worked there, and I don't know. We went to Alaska, and we worked there for 5 weeks with MDS on repairing and building houses that had been damaged by the storm.
Fire.
By fire, yeah. And we worked at Cedar Shop in Hutchinson for years. And well, did I say something about going to Akron for?
No.
Akron for 10,000 villages. We worked there for 3 months.
Yeah, you said that, I think. And then we went on tours, fruit drying tours.
With MCC fruit drying tours. We were there twice. CC would take a load of us from over here, and we'd go over there, and we'd dry fruit, dry mostly peaches, and then that went to MCC.
What did
I don't know where they distributed it for sure, but some of it came back to our area, didn't it? I think, but it was.
But it was under MCC.
Yeah.
It was. Well, we have felt the need that we needed volunteers. Yeah.
and we were in a position where we were able to go, so
Physically.
we went to all these places.
But that's been a few years ago.
It would be Alaska.
Well, or Brookline Farm.
Well, I think Alaska would be
Yeah.
more. We worked up there for 5 weeks, and that was a real good experience, and beautiful country, and we slept in a Presbyterian church basement, 6 couples of us, and we each had a Sunday school room and a mattress. So that was kind of, then it was a highlight working there.
That's why we worked at that's why we worked at the accessory shop for as long as we did. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, it's always been in our thinking to try to help where we can.
Volunteering is,
Volunteering.
yeah,
We've done a lot of that.
we done that in our married life, yeah.
We worked in Alaska for one family that trained dogs for the Iditarod, and they had 90 dogs out there in the woods that they were training, and they lived in a house where they had a pond and no electricity, and they had 11. There was 11 kids. Should I tell them about the?
How many wives?
The man had 4 wives at one time, and one of them had left him, and another one. Well, one died, and one left him, and married somebody else, and then we had a supper out at this house that we were building for them, and invited them to come out there and eat with us. And when they came, the whole family was there, and even the wife that had left and was married to somebody else, they were part of the family too. So that was quite an experience.
But also in volunteer, I mean, at Brookline Farm, that was a mental hospital. But we were like a family there. We didn't sleep with the patients, but we
Worked with them, we played with them,
That was quite an experience.
ate with them. Oh yes, I think it was. Of course, the doctor that we had, he was from Baltimore, and he picked the people to come there that we could help, which made it for a shorter stay. But it was.
We had shock treatments, what we had.
And and it was amazing what it did.
It was scary at first, yeah.
Indian reservation probably was an interesting place too. We worked there on duplex in the gymnasium for them over there, and that was an interesting thing too, to get acquainted with people there. I did electrical and plumbing work. That was
And I helped with the cooking.
yeah. Yeah, well,
It was mostly volunteers.
yeah, that was volunteers that we worked with. 'Cause they had a staff there, they had a school there. And that was staffed through MCC. Well, the thing would be, would encourage people to get involved. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and you'll find that people that have been in voluntary service with that are the ones that are mainly active in our churches too. All right.